Yo, what is up everybody? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. Today we are going to talk about a pretty hyped up perfume in the perfume world, guys. And I mean, this has been designated as one of the best amber scents that you could ever try. And so when I heard about it, I said, man, amber, okay, sign me up. I gotta find out about this. This fragrance is none other than Masque Milano's Tango. Okay, and this Masque Milano Tango vial, which is a generous amount, was given to me by Daniel of Scents Lover on Instagram. So I'm gonna link him below. He's got some great content. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. Again, Daniel from Scents Lover. Thank you for sending me this Masque Milano Tango fragrance. Now, this fragrance, you'll probably hear from other people, is a very complex and evolving fragrance. And you'll also hear that it is a really good amber fragrance. So because of the weather, guys, yet again, we're going to talk about Tango by Masque Milano. What is my take on it? Because people are always asking me, like, what's my take on all these different fragrances that maybe during their height, a lot of people thought it was this or that, and then it turned out not to be like that. Okay, so now that I feel that the hype isn't at its highest, it would be the perfect time to really talk about this fragrance with no hype. Okay, so hang on tight. We're going to talk about Masque Milano Tango today. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. Masque Milano's Tango. Thanks again to Daniel of Scents Lover for sending this over. Actually, Daniel wasn't so crazy about this one. Okay, he was a lot crazier about the Widians and Symphonium that he sent to me, and he was just kind of okay with this one. He was like, he was all right. So I mean, that's one of those things that made me want to check this out first because I mean, the hype is easier to follow, but then when you have some people that are kind of like 50-50, I mean, that's where I kind of look at sometimes. Okay, so Tango, the fragrance right here, is definitely inspired by the tango dance, all right, which is a passionate dance shared between two people. I believe this originated in Latin America. Okay, it's absolutely sexy, sensual, and all of that. Okay, but in this case, guys, the perfumer Masque Milano, they definitely set out some, you could say, some clues as to what kind of tango thing we're talking about here. Okay, they described it as a fiery dance followed by some sweat, some liquor, some large wooden tables, and some definite attraction. Okay, so those were the sort of like the little hints that they were throwing out there as sort of like the inspiration for Masque Milano's Tango. Okay, and as I've said before, a lot of people wanted this the moment they heard that it was going to be an amazing amber scent. In my opinion, guys, not to jump the gun or anything, but there's more than just that. There's more than just amber in this fragrance, guys, that you could say makes it pretty complex or amazing. Okay, and so let's go spray it right now, actually. Yeah, so definitely the first part of Tango Masque Milano is more on the fiery side, sort of like that peppery, fiery side of the tango dance. You are going to have some bergamot, you are going to get some black pepper as well as some cardamom. Okay, so it's spicy, it's fiery, but one thing I do pick up, which is really interesting, is that there's like a boozy part here, like a boozy feel from the opening. And I really don't know what that is. Okay, maybe it's the unique combination of these three, but definitely there's something boozy about this. And part of the scenario that Masque Milano paints is that there's some liquor involved. Okay, there's some booze, there's some liquor. So there is a boozy feel right here from the opening, guys. And it's really very unique. You can't just isolate these notes on their own and kind of like imagine what it feels like. It's definitely a sensual intro, peppery, fiery, with some like boozy feels. Okay, so you kind of get that fiery start for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, I would say. Peppery, fiery, boozy start to Masque Milano Tango. And then it kind of eases off a little bit, and then in comes the jasmine. So you're gonna have some jasmine come in, and it's a really nice bridge note, to be honest. It goes pretty smooth. I wouldn't say that the jasmine is too much or it's indolic. I mean, I really think that it's just well blended jasmine, and then it ends up with some Turkish rose. Okay, so again, pretty sensual. You know, it's all it says right now. It's like sensual, fiery, just like a tango dance. Okay, so I mean, you've heard me guys talk about rose as a sensual note, and I mean, yeah, rose right here, Turkish rose right after that jasmine. Now there is a note here that I think is a very prominent note here in this fragrance, and that's basically cumin. Okay, cumin, guys, this one here really represents the sweat. Okay, I mean, it really does. Like the sweat involved in the tango dance. I mean, it's a strong cumin. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a cumin bomb, but I would say that there's really cumin here. Now, I hope that you guys don't like nitpick that cumin, and hope you're not just saying like, oh, well, I don't like cumin, so I don't like this fragrance. You gotta understand, guys, that this fragrance is really more picturesque than anything. That's why I said it's more than just an amber fragrance. I mean, it really will, make you feel like you're in the middle of a tango, or with my friend, like he does a lot of bachata, okay, and it's not tango, but it's sort of like that, close quarters type of dance, and get sweaty, and of course the ladies are probably still wearing their perfume, or the men are wearing their perfume. So actually the way the cumin comes in here, it's more of like the sweat from the dance, but then there's still that sensual rose at the same time. So it's really a very complex scent, slightly sweaty, but lovely sensual rose to really balance it out. Okay, so like I said, I hope you guys don't just isolate that cumin, but there is a very prominent cumin note right here. Shortly after that cumin comes in, you are going to get some nice earthy patchouli, or I mean, this one right here, it really does remind me of the patchouli used in the Jovoy Paris parfums, which is like basically like dark woody patchouli. You think about a bar scenario or like a lounge scenario with minimal lights on. It's the same way patchouli is used here. Okay, so if you like those Jovoy parfums, you're gonna like kind of like the way that the patchouli is used here. Okay, so really nice mid part. Okay, you got the jasmine to bridge it over to the rose with some sweat from that cumin, sensual rose, sweat from the cumin, and then patchouli. All right, patchouli to secure the mid notes part. I mean, it's definitely complex, but again, if you do understand, if you come from the point of view of, this is about the tango dance and the way it is, you're gonna appreciate this part, because it's literally art in a bottle. And now as we head to the dry down, we finally get to the ambery notes. However, I will say this, that probably from the first sniff, from the opening of this fragrance, you might immediately call this an amber fragrance, just because of the playfulness of the sweet notes as well as the darker notes. Okay, so a lot of y'all might feel like you're already wearing an amber scent from the get-go, but actually no, you'll go through different stages of like peppery, fiery, spicy, and then you'll go through that cumin part. So there's actually a lot of different hidden evolutions here, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of y'all felt like it was amber from the get-go. So towards the dry down, it gets dry and woody, and I believe this is part of that amber wood accord. You've got Guaiac wood, you've got sandalwood, you got cedar wood, but I mean, just to sum it up, I mean, it's basically some dark, woody, somewhat smoky notes right there from that amberwood accord. And of course, you got the ambery notes. You've got your Tonka bean, you've got your vanilla bean, and you've got Melilotus, which is basically a plant that I think it secretes, or the oil of the plant turns into coumarin, or it gives off coumarin, which is basically the same almond vanilla type smell that you smell in a lot of perfumes. So there's coumarin in it. So definitely sweet, but actually it's not overly sweet. I feel like it's a balanced sweetness with really dry, smoky, woody notes right here on the dry down. So I mean, really dark, really lovely. I mean, and ambery, sweet. I like the dry down. I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of fragrances that do the ambery part. So I wouldn't like buy this just because of that. I mean, if you just want amber, there are a lot of fragrances that immediately give you that. So I wouldn't say that's the reason. I mean, I would buy this because of its complexity. You know, I would try this because of its complexity. It's just very picturesque. I mean, really, it goes with the tango dance. You know, you'll feel different sensations wearing this, whether it's fiery and passionate, or sweaty and dirty, or sweet and ambery. And, you know, really, like, there's a mass appealing side as well. So that's really the reason. I wouldn't get this because of amber, okay? And because of that, I really think that some people will like it and some people won't. All right, I think this is so artsy that it won't be like a, you could say, across the board type of hit. You know, I think some people will like it, some people won't. Okay, so that's really what I think about Masque Milano's Tango. It's really hyped though. Okay, and performance, I would say, yeah, it's decent. It's decent performance, probably moderate performance. It's not really a bomb because you won't even, you know, you won't feel anything linear about it. You know, it just transitions a lot. So with that comes really sort of like a moderate sillage. I think it's also a draw-in scent because of its nature. I think it will draw in some curiosity from people around you. Maybe this is the fragrance you should wear when you're on your bachata nights, like my friend Rico, who does that all the time. Well, not now because, you know, but this is a draw-in scent as well. I think it's very mysterious and sensual, passionate, you know. Those are the words that come to my mind when I think about Masque Milano's Tango. This fragrance is also, to me, pretty masculine. And the reason why is because there's some musk here as well. So this one has some sort of animalic musk. You know, I wouldn't say it's like a clean musk. It's just that animalic musk. And it actually continues the trend of the cumin. So you're really, you know, not off the hook with the cumin or the animalic nature of the cumin, the sweat. And then it goes into musk, which is used in a lot of these sensual, you know, sex based like perfumes. You know, there's a lot of musks here. I would say it's animalic. And there's also a slight leather accord here, okay, which is, I mean, I'm sure is really hard to detect for most of y'all, and that's because it's really faint. You know, there's a leather accord here that's kind of faint. It's beat out by other things, the woody notes, the woody, the wood accord, the amber wood accord beats out the leather, in my opinion, and just the musks, just animalic musks. It's, yeah, I mean, it's dirty. There's a dirty side of this, 100%. Definitely masculine, in my opinion. I mean, the ladies, whatever. If you girls love it, fine. I mean, I'm not gonna debate that. But for me, this is definitely a man perfume, 100%. Maybe a bachatero's perfume. Okay, so that is it. That is my review on Masque Milano's Tango. What do you think, guys? Have you guys tried this? Have you owned this? Did you guys buy into the hype of it being an amber perfume to begin with? And did you buy it? And what do you guys think? Is this a masterpiece? Let me know in the comments below. I know that there are some of y'all that have tried this out of the hype. So let me know, guys, okay? And again, thank you for watching my videos, guys. We will come up with more tomorrow. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And again, thank you to Daniel of Sense Lover for sending this over. I am not done with the stuff he sent me. He sent me a lot of really good stuff. And I mean, as a reviewer, this is really, you know, big thanks, you know, because of course, if I had to literally buy every single perfume I wanted to review and I had to do it like full bottle, no way. That would be financially like irresponsible. Gladly though, we do have friends of the channel that are so passionate like me about perfumes that they actually send them over for me to review, to share the passion to everybody at home watching. Okay, so I want to thank them. I want to thank all the friends of the channel that sends in stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. So until then, guys, I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care wherever you are, guys. God bless. Be safe. I'll see you soon.